Welcome to Bloodbath and Beyond. Today we review The Asylum's Little Dead Rotting Hood. She's not afraid of the big bad wolf.
Directed by Jared Cohn, starring Bianca A. Santos, Eric Balfour, and Romeo Miller, Little Dead Rotting Hood is about a town that's attacked by wolves. As one woman who's killed and is brought back to life takes a stand to take down the big bad wolf. Now, what do we like?
I love that there were real wolves in this film.
It was great. At first, I did think that it was stock footage, but they did have countless shots with wolves. You know, I would have been terrified to be on this set. When we were watching the movie, we're like, hey, doesn't that guy look like a rapper or a R&B singer of some sort? And who is he, John?
He's Little Romeo. You know what Little Romeo is? He's Master P's son.
Overall, the whole cast did a pretty decent job, and it's above average for asylum acting.
I enjoyed the practical effects in this film. I thought we saw some really cool makeup work with the cuts and the gashes done on the necks.
Now it's time for our dislikes. Well, I said this acting was above average for asylum. It's far from good still.
The characters, they don't look in the proper direction where they should be looking. Like, I don't care what you're saying because it looks like you're talking to a wall.
Maybe it's not the acting, maybe it's the asylum writing. I watched Backcountry the other day with Eric Balfour in it. He did a great job in it. It was a well-written, well-shot movie. In this one, he was just over-the-top cheesy, but he was trying to be the serious role. So I really think it's the asylum's writers that need to figure something out.
Now, I felt the practical effects were fantastic in this film. The visual and special effects, on the other hand, not so much. Wasn't a big fan of the Mother Den werewolf.
Yeah, she was just kind of this weird looking, awkwardly animated wolf figure. But it seems like somebody that could have been going to college making their first creature effect.
And the werewolves themselves, their transformations, I saw better transformations in Animorphs back in the day.
Can we talk about the shaky cam? Well, the wolves, it's great having wolves on set, and it's great having like the aftermath of an attack. The actual attack itself was shit because it's just shaky cam. And I understand because you don't want to actually attack people with wolves, but it's really just the camera just shaking while there is a dog playing with a guy or like biting his arm. And it's always like the same exact shot, just vicious motion blur and then cut to something else. And sometimes it never goes back to show the aftermath. So all of the wolf attacks come off as not impressive and they all look the goddamn same.
Wasn't a big fan of the story either. I felt the pacing of the film and the story itself was very out of place. We jump into everything with no explanation, and then when we get our explanation, it's not even a good explanation.
Right. They essentially just find a book and read off what they need to do next. Like, oh, we need to go find a den mother and kill the den mother. And if I'm gonna be picky about the story, can we talk about how the Red Riding Hood's hood and sword really didn't make any sense and nobody even mentioned it in the whole movie? They just kind of went, dug it up, now fight with this on, and that'll kill the den mother.
Character development was not well established in this film. We had too many characters with very little backstory, and they tried to create these powering characters with no backstory.
It's just not possible. Now it's time for our final thoughts and ratings. Little Dead Rotting Hood has a great name and a great poster, but it's not a great movie. There are just way too many pacing issues and a lot of story that's either not presented or unnecessary. So you have like an hour and a half of things you don't really care about. This movie involves a lot of wolf attacks, but the wolf attacks aren't very good. So when they do happen, they're not impactful and you don't care for them. And without any character development behind the people they're killing, it doesn't matter even more. And so things that they really tried to build up just were kind of like, okay, let's move on. I don't think this is a great movie and I don't think you should watch it. So I'm gonna give this 1 flamethrower out of 5.
Little Dead Rotting Hood has some serious potential because it's a cool concept of Red Riding Hood hunting wolves. This film didn't really have that. We had a weak story with weak characters and really weak attacks. Though The aftermath with the practical effects looked very nice on screen. It's just hard to really get behind a film when you really don't understand what is going on. There are many Asylum films that you'll enjoy more than this one. Try ones with Danny Trejo on the cover because there's lots of them. So that being said, I'm going to give this film 1 flaming juggler out of 5.
As always, thank you for watching. Like this video and comment below with your thoughts on the film. If you want to check it out, there are links in the description. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel to stay updated with everything Bloodbath and beyond.